Oh my God, that's disgusting. You can actually see the clumps of tea. This tube, like the clumps of mold that have formed inside the loop. It's now this horrible yellow color. The award for the grossest tube goes to this one here. You can see where the tea has just kind of settled and it's built all this mold up inside the tube. How horrible is that? Hello, overclockers. Now British people love tea. Like we really, really love tea. But you know something that doesn't like tea? A PC. Now let me introduce you to this spiffing system. Yes, this is an update on that PC. You, me, Alex, Linus, we all predicted it. This thing is now a mold tea. Canada is rather a long way to go for a fresh brew, but thankfully Overclockers UK is well in the UK and we know our way around a PC. Let's take a closer look at what 5 months of tea does to a water cooling loop. This is definitely a case of be careful what you wish for, and I guess a beautiful way of demonstrating why you should always flush your loop regularly and use biocide to stop anything organic getting up in there, especially tea, because it is super, super gross. But you know what isn't gross? This segue to our sponsor. And we're back with the disassembled PC, and I also have Chris with me here, who has been working on the system and knows what's broken, what we're changing, what's being fixed, etc, etc. So what we found out is that this PC has never worked, and there's a good reason for that, which is this cable here. So do you want to talk me through what the issue is?
Yeah, sure. So we basically found that the riser cable decided to split itself in half. It can be quite a common thing in transit, and essentially it's travelled probably a few thousand miles on the way over to Spiffing Brit, and the graphics card's just moved laterally, and it's basically split the slot in half. So
yeah, quite dramatic actually. There's like 2 pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely not happy. So we don't actually have an identical replacement. So we've got a Gen 4 riser cable from Fantex. We just need to make a slight adapter bracket so that we can fit that in the case using the same mounting locations that Linus put in there. The rest of the machine's actually like surprisingly good considering that damage. We've been through it just to check that everything's tight. These things inevitably come loose and things like that if you're not using thread lock. The only major other issue really was the tea.
Yeah, we actually have a sample here, which weirdly enough, still kind of smells like tea.
Yeah, and must.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of detritus, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. Mouldy,
yeah. It's
gubbins.
pretty gross, yeah.
So we've taken the water blocks apart, cleaned those out so that essentially they'll be good to go again. No need to replace those.
They've actually come up really nice because beforehand these were full of lots of like brown
sludge.
Yeah, and with a lot of flushing, it looks like new, really, which is actually surprising.
And then the radiators and the pump and things, we're just flushing those through. The only other thing that we will be replacing is there's a piece of softline tube that runs through the teapot. There's no real recovery for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that one's really gross. I don't know what happened to that one. The teapot survived,
also,
but not the tube.
Like super rigid. I don't know if it was like that when they actually installed it or whether it's just because of the reaction of the mould or whatever in there that's happened with that. So we'll replace that tube as well. And then it's just a case of building it all back up and checking it's all happy.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly survived pretty well, because I thought maybe like the CPU or the graphics card or something would have sustained some sort of damage. Yeah. But I think because it's never worked, it's never been used, and therefore it's just kind of
it could have been a different story if it was powered on. You could get a short or something like that, and
lots of damage. But yeah, thankfully the blocks, the radiators, the pump, everything is reusable, which is really good news. So no replacement of parts. It's just a case of kind of putting it all back together now. And finally, obviously we're not going to put tea back into it.
No.
But what are we going to put in it instead?
We're basically just going to mix some brown fluid.
Yeah. Possibly what should have happened in the first place. I like the idea of the tea, but yeah.
Of course, yeah. I think, you know, we'll just mix some brown fluid because, I mean, brown's actually really easy to mix, so we'll do that.
Yeah, a bit of everything and you get brown.
Pretty much. So yeah, we'll do that, and we can do that, and it should
it'll look like tea, but it'll work. It'll cool.
Not like tea.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, basically.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Well, let's get this put back together. Now, here it is, the finished result. I think the Overclockers tech team have done a fantastic job fixing it up and creating a spiffing PC. They really tried to keep as much of the original hardware and charm as possible. Thankfully, a surprising amount survived. So this is still the LTT built PC you all know, just minus the tea. Instead, it was filled back up with this tea-colored water cooling fluid. It's essentially EK Cryofuel Clear mixed with a combination of red, yellow, and blue EK Cryofuel dye. By experimenting, we managed to make this rather convincing concoction, which has all of the aesthetics and none of the mold. Additionally, those couple of things that were damaged, dirty, or a little bit messed up during shipping have been repaired, and we gave it a little bit of a spruce up. So everything has been thoroughly stripped, cleaned, and flushed, and the tea stains removed. The hot glue used for shipping has also been removed, and everything is now dust-free. So since I last spoke with Chris, a few more parts were changed as some further testing revealed the CPU water block was severely restricting the flow rate of the loop, and it was causing overheating. This also means we replaced the hardline pipe going from the CPU to the rear radiator due to the ports on the new CPU block being in different locations. We also trimmed down the pipe going from the GPU to the CPU for the same reason. Also, we replaced the D5 pump, which is inside the AlphaCool Pump Res combo unit, which has been hidden by a brand new crisp box of Yorkshire tea. The cable ties have been replaced with screws on the 3D printed teapot bracket, and a new PCIe riser cable has been fitted with a new bracket created and fitted to keep the GPU in place. The tube inside the teapot has also been replaced as it was frankly ruined by all that disgusting mold, and we decided to fit a matching thicker soft tube and remove the tea fitting from inside the teapot. This was apparently a little bit of a struggle, and a lot of oil was used for lube, which I find pretty funny, but I think that it looks great. The final finishing touch is of course an Overclockers UK mug, and hopefully this PC will now give Spiffing Brit years of trouble-free computing breaking games. There you go, the big reveal.
It is very nice though. Oh my goodness, you put the box inside it. That was not there before. Oh my goodness. It is very lovely. Oh wow. Wait, did you put a camera inside it as well?
That's PC POV, that is.
Oh wow. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well done.
It's all in one piece and it works.
That's better than when it arrived.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Yeah. What's your favourite bit here?
Favourite bit of this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be the box
Oh,
of
the Yorkshire tea, yeah.
Also, the fact that you fixed the actual teapot is very good.
I love that. I've never seen a PC with a teapot on it, so.
It's honestly, more PCs should have it.
Yeah. And we worked very hard on getting the water cooling fluid to actually look tea colour.
It does.
It was surprisingly difficult. It kept going like a bit too red or a bit too green.
That's honestly beautiful. Well done. Well done.
I think that's pretty much it.
Cool.
That's it. It's yours now.
This is mine. Okay, right. Well,
To love and to cherish.
I'll just hug my child. You're going to do so many dastardly things.
You can break all the games now.
Honestly, I can run Skyrim at 60 FPS for the first time. Oh, honestly.
Do you want to name it? Has it got a name?
This strikes me as I will christen this Big Dave.
Big Dave.
Big
I
Dave.
love that.
Big Dave, the supercomputer.
Yes. Big Dave. There we have it.